Hello, everybody, and welcome. Hi, Rose. It's so beautiful to see you.
And to you. I'm so happy that it's Tuesday. It's a sunshiny day down here in Hobart, and I get to spend quality time with you.
I love it. Here in Adelaide, 33 degrees, and we're loving every moment of it. Today is a bittersweet show, but welcome to the Healing Through Love show. We are a social enterprise whose vision is to shift awareness on domestic and family violence within the community and to support survivors. Our mission is to provide families and domestic violence survivors with a soft place to land by offering advice and services available to them and their families. Yes, and that's the good part. The bittersweet part is that this is our very last show for the moment of this type. So, and Rose and I have been lamenting this decision for quite some time. And really, it's just come to a point where, because of the COVID situation here in South Australia and the current health restrictions in and around, and also the fact that we're dealing with people that are actually at risk, is that we need to give it some space and time for the dust to settle here in South Australia. And Rose has been having equally challenging times in Tasmania, just even organising a venue. And then we've got all of the legal things that lie behind that as well. So I've been, and so has Rose, been with Healing Through Love since its inception. We're still going to be here. We're just going to be here in a slightly different capacity. We'll still be on the ground making a difference, but the show itself will be put on pause. And so we want to say a huge thank you to our two sponsors, Be Live TV, who we couldn't do it without you, and My Time TV. So we'll still be continuing our relationship with them, but independently with our other businesses. But they have been amazing to support us. Now, guys, we've been here since April 2020. 2020. That's almost 2 years. We've had more than 60 episodes, and My Time TV and Be Live TV have supported us through that entire thing.
It's been an absolute pleasure to work with them as well. I mean, the lovely Adair Palmer from mytime.tv is an absolute joy to work with, and we're just so grateful for her support. And Be Live TV, without their support, we wouldn't be streaming to as many channels across the globe as we are currently.
It's so true. And we both independently love both of those groups. So moving forward in our own projects, we are still going to be utilising their services in a different capacity. So if you are looking for a live streaming app, the only thing to use is, in my opinion, is Be Live. It's easy. Isn't it, Rose?
Oh, it's seamless.
It's seamless.
It's seamless. That there are drawbacks to using it, as to in compared to other apps, but however, this is so easy to use. You don't need to worry about much at all. It's just point and shoot.
I do. I love it. And so if you're not techie and you're looking at using a live streaming app, something that you want to run into your Facebook groups for your business, or even, through and record the video and then use it elsewhere, like whatever it is that you're planning on using your live streaming app for, really Be Live TV is the one to actually use. And priced very, very well in comparison to the others, and very, very easy to use. So we've had so many guests, more than 60. We actually had a couple of people come back a few times, and we've got so many favourites. It's not a list of favourites. It'd probably be 60. But I've got to say, and I don't know about you, but Cassandra Hill, I don't know, maybe it was because she was only last week, but I just loved speaking with her, and I'm actually looking forward to having some continued work with her moving forward. I just love the space that she's in there talking about holistic wellness, and she's a holistic wellness influencer, and I think that's what we need, a little bit more, standing in her own self-esteem, a little bit more knowing when to say no, a little bit more of standing in her own power, a little bit less imposter syndrome, all the things that stop us from being amazing as we possibly can. So, Rose, now this is taking you off in a slightly different direction. And you've been behind the scenes doing so many things for the Healing Through Love show. Yes, and you've got your own business. So come on, just share with everybody. I know that you're not really big on speaking about yourself, but if you don't, I'll jump in. So can you just share what you are doing?
Okay, I will indulge you just this once, all right?
Thanks, Rose.
Okay, I have two businesses. One is Rose Davidson. I'm a podcast producer and trainer as well as an online event manager. I changed my focus early last year. And I'm absolutely loving the journey. And at the moment, I'm formulating an online 4-week course to teach others how they can get their podcasts up and going. And I'm about halfway through that, and it's going to be an integrated thing. So the videos won't be separate; they'll be actually integrated into the workbooks, so that you don't have to download the workbook and then download the video. So it's all in one thing. So, it's a bit of an innovative way to be doing it. And but I think it's a really great way to get your workbooks done and your videos, because, you can just have it all in one place and you don't need to worry about it. And my other business is my podcast, which is Talking with the Experts. And I've been doing that since the 13th of July, 2020. I have interviewed over 260 guests in that time. Some have been repeat guests, but on the majority of our new ones, and they come from they're global. So I've had them from Russia, and I've had them from the Philippines. Most of them are from America and Canada. I've had a few from Australia. I've had some from Singapore, from China. So it's India, Pakistan. So everywhere. The podcast is absolutely global. I've just hit nearly 20,000 downloads in that time, so that's a really great milestone. I know compared to others who get thousands of downloads on every episode, but I'm happy because having a business a podcast that's purely about business and helping business owners is. There's a huge market for those. Like there's thousands of them, tens of thousands of them, and in fact, there's 2.3 million podcasts in the world at the moment, and I'm ranking about 13,000th out of 2 million podcasts. So in a 2-year space, it's a pretty big achievement, and I'm really pleased. And people are reaching out from me, like from places like News Corp, and I received a letter from them yesterday. They want to collaborate with me. So, wow, it's pretty amazing. So other than teaching people to podcast or producing it for them and offering them an all-in-one package where I do, the only thing that the client needs to do is just turn up, interview their guests, or record their podcast, and I do everything else behind the scenes. So it's just really simple and really cost effective.
Oh, I love it. And I'm a lover of Rose. Rose and I have been friends for a very long time, haven't we, Rose?
Yeah, about 5 years now. We met at an event that was held. It was a speaking event, a coach teaching us about speaking, and that's how we met. I made Charlene cry. I made the coach cry. And he doesn't cry. He doesn't get very emotional, but I actually made him cry. So that was an amazing thing. And we've been friends ever since. It was we just sat next to each other, and I don't know, just something clicked between us at that time. And we've just been together, working together on different projects, and just friends. And I love you.
I love you, and I miss you, Rose. That you're in Tasmania. I did come to visit you, but when I landed, they put me in quarantine.
I know, how disgusting.
And then they sent me home. Anyway, thanks, COVID. That was an experience. But my plan is to come back. I've got another speaking tour just about to start next week. So Tasmania is on my list, Rose. So I will be jumping down there. And guys, I love everything Rose does, because she does it with heart. And she is a little bit of a perfectionist, which I really love. She'll make sure that it's all done correctly, and I just love that about her. Now, I love her so much that and we are going to still be doing a podcast, because Rose is going to be running my podcast. She's going to be program manager for my podcast, which is Activate Wellness Podcast, which is exploring holistic therapies with Charlene Lynch. So there's many people that have actually been on this show that we're going to be reaching out to as a guest for this Activate Wellness, because we firmly believe that you're born with all the wellness you need. We just get in our own way, and it's about activating what's already in there, that perfect state of you. And so we'll be speaking to wellness professionals and practitioners from all over the planet in and around their therapies. So the types of people that will be listening to this are people that, wellness is something they're keen on and that they want to move forward to. And it's just a great opportunity. So how it came about is I've got a business program that I offer, which is called Align. And this is working with wellness professionals who are multimodal. So they do more than one thing. And they might do NLP, they might do kinesiology, they might do timeline therapy, they might do quantum healing. So there's a few things that they do, and they do them exceptionally well. And but they just don't have the one thing that they do. So what we do is work together in the Align process and just work on their passion and work with their business structure to bring everything into just that one area of expertise. And the difference it makes is amazing, because they instantly become the expert authority in that lane. And it also makes their messaging easier. It makes their content management easier, because they're very aligned with what it is. That's why it's called Align. Very aligned with what they're doing, how they're doing it, and it's much easier for them to scale their businesses as well, and also to get that next level in their business. Yeah, I love it. So I've been having beautiful conversations with these people. I'm like, oh my God, the rest of the world needs to know what you do. And so it was just a natural progression for Rose and I to have a conversation that this is the next thing that we'll be doing, because it fits in beautifully into my business. And also Rose is a program manager, which is just perfect. And these people have got the most amazing techniques and they've changed my lives. Just the simplest things, just listening to what they've got to say. The list is huge, but I'm looking forward to this next part of the project. And Rose is going to be running that with me. Well, she's going to be the program manager. So I'm very excited that we'll still get to work together. I'm sad that we won't be having the Healing Through Love show, but if you're a regular listener, you would have seen a fantastic journey with more than 60 guests. And you know that if you're in Adelaide, we have the live in-person events. And in Tasmania, down the track, when we've got things up and rolling and ironed out the challenges that we're having in and around the COVID space, then we'll be going back to live events. And in the meantime, we're still collecting goodies that we're getting into pamper packs and getting to the ladies in the front. So we're still doing all of those things. And where possible, we are still supporting people with what we have got, which is community.
Yeah, well, Healing Through Love's not going anywhere as such. It's just the show is going on a short little holiday. Well, maybe a longer holiday than normal, but
hiatus, guys.
It's it. Yeah, it's just it's become a bit of a challenge for both of us to just get our heads around whatever else is happening in our lives, and and the live in-person events to our very much heartache is can't go ahead for this year, and we've had them since 2018, and oh my God, it's just been such an incredible journey, and this is only the second time that we've not held the event, and it saddens me that we can't do it, because we have helped some amazing people, the ladies. And Charlene, I would really love you to share, our beautiful story about that lady. I mean, that is the reason, she is the reason that we have the in-person events, because she epitomizes the people that we are trying to help.
Absolutely. Yes, and there's another story too of a girl that came the very first time to our very first one, and was so touched by the difference that it made to her, that in that ensuing year, she got herself together, started her own business, and came back as one of the practitioners to make a difference for others. Like that just shows the full circle of healing through love and the power of healing with love, and how you can then pay it forward. And so she came back, and she was able to help another 50 odd women that she served the following year. So that tells a huge story. But yeah, I'm trying not to cry, because every time I tell the story of our beautiful lady, that it just brings me back. So guys, this was our second event, and and we'd chosen to have it in the northern suburbs because we were trying to share the love. And this young lady was standing just past the reception desk where Rose was, and she was standing with her goodie bag, in her empty goodie bag in her hand, and she was just looking, like staring at the op shop. So the op shop is where we have all of the clothes, bags, makeup, skincare, everything that they can just pop in their bag, and it's free. It's all free. She's standing there and just staring at it, and I could just feel her emotion welling up as she just stood there and stared at it. So my store, I was doing hand massage, was just the very first one inside the door, so I could see her. So I just quietly got up and I walked over to her and I said, "Do you want to come and sit down? I'm doing hand massage," and literally took her by the hand and took her and sat her down. She was very quietly spoken, and you could see that she was visibly upset. So I didn't talk about what was happening for her, just massaged her hand, and we made conversation and started chatting. And during that conversation, she said to me that I sort of asked her, once we became a bit more comfortable, I said, what was happening for you? I saw that you were just standing there just staring at the op shop. And she said, "I couldn't choose. I just looked at everything and I couldn't choose. Because I haven't been able to choose for more than 10 years. I'm like, I asked more questions and she said for 10 years, she hadn't chosen the food that she ate, the clothes that she wore, the time she went to bed, or anything that she did. For 10 years, she'd literally been held captive in a domestic violence relationship, unable to make any choices.
Even her underwear was like, she wasn't even allowed to choose her own underwear. That was just so awful.
She hadn't, no, you're absolutely correct. She wasn't able to choose her own underwear, nothing, no choices. So she was paralyzed with the opportunity for choice. She didn't even know how to begin the journey of choice. We at the healing days, we have head massage and we have hairdressers and makeup artists and all sorts of healers. And I suggested that she make her way around the room so she could try them all. And I said, make sure that you go see the hairdresser. She'll give you a head massage, because the lassie had like 1 inch hair all over her head, like a crew cut, but a little bit more crude than a crew cut. And so Karina was still doing head massages, and she ran her hand over her hair like this, and she said, "This is as long as that it's been," and because he had kept her head bald for the 10 years. So even though she wasn't going to have her hair styled, she was excited at the fact that she was going to be seeing a hairdresser for the very first time in 10 years.
And she had colour put through her hair. Karina did a lovely job on her, colouring her hair and her makeup. The ladies that she saw a couple of makeup artists and she had different things done, and she looked absolutely amazing.
She looked, and you could see the way she was standing. She was so proud at the end once she'd finished the therapies, and her bag was full. She'd been able to go back to the shop and select things. So, that our story of our beautiful avatar, our beautiful girl that came to our second event, is the reason why we do this, is the reason why that we pay it forward, the reason why we work with the community of women who, have either had this first-hand challenge, or they know something, or they really are compassionate souls and they want to make a difference. And I'm looking forward to the next one. And so thanks, Rose, for making me cry. I'm going to go get my
Well, you're not the only one. That story touches me every time you tell it. It's just such a beautiful story, and the reason why we do what we do, because, we're both survivors of domestic and family violence. And, and you've had a recent journey, not so recent, but more recent journey through, through it all again when you thought you'd learned all of the lessons, and you never actually, you think you know it all and you just end up you don't know it all, and you end up in the same boat that you escaped from all that long time ago. But we all learn lessons, and we're all sent here for a reason. We're all on our own journey, no matter how hard our journey is. There's always an outcome, a positive outcome to be had at the other side, and that's what we want to foster, a positive outcome for these survivors, male or female. Domestic violence is not a one size fits all. It's an epidemic, to be honest. It's flourished, for want of a better word, through the COVID situation, because people have been locked together for weeks at a time, and the perpetrator and the victim, which I don't like to use that term, but they are the victim at that particular time, have nowhere to go. And there's been a lot more death through COVID from domestic violence because of this. And there's just not enough places for survivors to go to, when there's just seems to be no escape for them. And I'll get on my soapbox a little bit, and the government needs to step in and do a lot more. I know the South Australian government is doing a lot, and we know that the Minister for Family and Domestic Violence Prevention is she's been through her own journey, and she advocates for everything that we do. She's not MC, but she's guested at our events twice. And when we think her so much Caroline Power, she is just an amazing human. And without her support, I think that we wouldn't have progressed as quickly or as far as we've gotten without her support. And what the South Australian government is doing with her advocacy is an amazing, and it steps ahead of other states in Australia. And they are to be congratulated on the moving forward with their innovations.
So true. And it's not a goodbye from us, it's a see you later. And we'll be starting the show up again once the rules on the ground have changed, and we can start the show to support the people that are going to be contributing to us in the live events. So I'm looking forward to that, Rose. We've got so much to do now moving forward with all of our projects. And so if you are in the Healing Through Love space, if you're one of our practitioners or one of our expert authorities, please still reach out if you've got extra things that you don't need, or extra supplies that we can get to the front line, all of those things. Stay in contact with us with our Facebook group and also on our email list. And we look forward to being connected to you moving forward once everything is, I can't say back to normal, Rose, because I just don't think that we
have no normal anymore. There is a new normal, which is not normal.
So back to our new normal, where we have this capacity to make the difference in that space. Oh, Rose, it's been
a pleasure to interview all the lovely guests that we've had, male and female. We've had some wonderful male guests on here who have, shared their expertise and their knowledge with our viewers, and it's been a journey the last couple of years, and I have so much enjoyed it. It's been so great, and I look forward to bigger and better further down in the future, because I know we will come back bigger and better and much, much stronger than we have been in the past.
I love it. That's an early goodbye from us, and we look forward to connecting with you soon via email on our Facebook. And please do reach out. You've got our telephone numbers, you've got our email addresses, and we look forward to being of service in the future.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.